You're watching Homegirl Creates with me, Adora. Do you remember this oatmeal canister that I turned into a birdhouse home decor item? It was the first time I used the IOD air dry clay in the molds. Need to do some repair on it, and I thought, how about I just give it a makeover? So I'm going to fill the holes. I'm going to start prepping my air dry clay, and just like I did before, sprinkle it with some cornstarch. Press the air dry clay into the mold. And look at that. I have a pretty little rose. Let's see if it'll fit and cover that hole. Is it big enough? Yeah, this is gonna work. Gonna need some more cereal box cardboard. You can cut it or just rip it, whatever. I made me some little squares. And I'm gonna need to curve them slightly to fit the shape of the oatmeal canister. Just give it a little bit of a curl. See that? It'll cover the hole. Just use your hot glue on low. And we're going to press that in there. Look at that. Boarded up the window. Now I need to do some roofing. Fortunately, I don't have to climb up there. We're just gonna cut some strips that match what I had done before. I'm gonna need 2. And hot glue them back in place. Now I'm going to apply the roses with some Aleene's tacky glue and some painter's tape to hold it till it dries. Now it's time to paint. I'm gonna have to paint because I have these new roses on there, so why not? I think it would look cool if it looked kind of like a terracotta pot. Yeah. So I'm going with the Summer Crush. I'm going to cover the entire thing. Doesn't it look like a clay pot already? Put a little water on my brush to kind of dilute the paint just a little bit. Makes it flow a little easier into all those crevices. In the rose-covered birdhouse decor item video, we heard the story about digging in trash cans with my brother. Well, this time let me tell you about my other brother. He was a few years older than us, so he was kind of like a babysitter. So there, how's that look? That looks like a clay pot, doesn't it? Kind of? Yeah? I'm gonna add some other colors for dimension and highlights. So let's go with some layered chocolate. So when I was a kid, like maybe 8, 9, 10, we came up with this game called Town and Country. And when we were up by the barn, we were in town. And when we were out on the cow trails in the pasture down by the Yellowstone River, we were in the country. There was a creek lined with trees. And when we were down playing in that area, I don't know why, that's when my older brother would say, This is where we make moonshine. I was a little kid. I didn't know what moonshine was. So apparently we were part-time moonshiners. Now I don't know if it's because it was later in the evenings when we were down there. Sunset. The moon was starting to shine. That's what I always figured. So young and naive. I feel like it needs something. So I added kissing booths to the roses. And now I have to put white back on them. So yeah, apparently, when I was a kid, I was a moonshiner. I grew up and drank Mountain Dew. Which, did you know that Mountain Dew is named as a slang term from moonshine? And the origin of Mountain Dew was intended to be mixed with whiskey. I was quite addicted to Mountain Dew for several years. And then for that little bling, some pennies from heaven. I just want to accent a few little areas like the door hanger, a few bricks. And then I'm going to seal the whole thing with some big top. I decided that this house is no longer a bird house decor item. It is now a gnome home. Ta-da!